This is Stilo Mancia, and welcome to Feed the Music. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Music, man. It's your main man, Stilo Mancia, and you already know what it is. This is episode number 5, numero 5. And we back at it again, man. So basically today what I'm discussing is DJing plus side hustles. And the way I'm looking at that right now, you know what I'm saying? The way I look at it is, with everything that's going on, it's really been tough for us DJs to really get out there and make our money the way we normally make it. Especially in particular if this is your only source of income. Obviously, a lot of DJs are taking a hit behind this, and it's definitely not an easy task for anyone. I mean, trust me, it has affected me just as much as it's affected the next person. And scary times that we're living in, man, plain and simple. But for myself, I've been fortunate enough to establish a couple of side hustles that I take care of, and because of that, I've been able to maintain. Again, I'm not making it the way I was making it. However, I'm grateful and I thank God for that. I think it's a blessing regardless of the fact. So my question to you guys is, what are you guys doing? Do you guys have side hustles that you guys are focusing on? Has this brought out the hustler in you? I mean, obviously, if you're a DJ, you're already a hustler because, you got to go and hustle them gigs. You got to talk to them promoters. You got to talk to them, to your new clients, whether you're DJing at a festival, whether you're DJing in a nightclub, whether you're DJing the next quinceañera of Sweet 16. You already know what it is, man. We're here to entertain. We're here to provide a service. And we're here to provide, the soundtrack for the night, no matter what type of venue it is. So you are a hustler already, but are you instilling that hustler attitude, that hustler mentality into basically making up for the fact that we're not doing it one way? I bumped into several people who are doing different things. I do, I do logo design on the side, for example. And I had one client there, DJ, and then he just started a cleaning service, and it worked out for him, and he does handyman work. So he happens to be blessed in that aspect because he has the ability to fix things and things of that nature. I'm not familiar with the aspects of that, but obviously it's working out for him. You have other people that have either started, focusing on their merchandising. They're starting, again, this is an opportunity. Being a DJ, man, again, we wear many hats. And because we get to wear many hats, it puts you in this perspective of being able to do a bunch of different things, which to me, that's a perfect thing. Because again, if you're a DJ, you're a club promoter. You're a club promoter, you're a booking agent. You're a booking agent, you're a graphic designer. You're a graphic designer, you're a video editor. You're a video editor, you're a photographer. You're a photographer, you're a social media expert. You're all these things into one in order to basically flourish your brand. So I feel that this puts us in an advantageous position, depending on how you take it. Obviously, again, we live in scary times, and it is scary. And you don't know what to make of it. You don't know what's going to happen next, or whatever the case is. And right now, we don't know when clubs are going to be open fully. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had a steady venue that I was doing, but then they said, I'm in Florida. So they said the margins are going, they're high over here. So now, for my own safety and for the safety of my family, I went ahead and kind of took a break from it. I'm thinking about going back now. As a matter of fact, if things go right, I'll probably be back in that venue next weekend. But it's a small venue. It ain't nothing to brag about. It's just something to make some money. But it's still a scary thing because we got to make up for the cash that we were used to making before. So my mentality right now is, again, I'm blessed. So I have several ways of making income that have come in handy. And they come in to the point where I'm starting to develop that. I'm starting to put the same effort that I would have put into Stilo Mancia, the brand. I'm starting to put that type of work ethic and flow into the other things, which I think it's putting me in a position that I have to. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get it. You got a family to feed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a 9-to-5 type of person. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you do, by all means. But I personally have never been a 9-to-5 type of person. My motto is pretty much, I'd rather hustle 24/7 and slave 9-to-5. And I live by that motto. And again, it's not to say that I wouldn't take a job. I mean, worst case scenario, things hit the fan and I really need to take care of my family. I got to do what I got to do, regardless of the fact. But if I can avoid that, obviously, then that's what I'm going to do. And some of you guys have a similar mentality. I mean, a lot of DJs think the way I do in those aspects because that's why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Again, there ain't nothing wrong with having, working a 9-to-5 to putting in 8 hours of hustle into something, you know what I'm saying, to make sure to provide for your families. But with everything that's going on, some of us are faced with that decision. So it's a scary thing, you know what I'm saying? So my question to you guys, how are you guys handling? What type of side hustles do you guys got going on? How are you guys doing the things that you guys are doing? Are you motivated to do something new? Are you motivated to learn things while you're at home? Because I mean, that's another thing that I've definitely been taking advantage of. I've been watching tutorials like it's going out of style, learning new ways to interact with the software that I use, as far as whether it's production, whether it's video editing, whether it's graphic design, because those are things that I enjoy playing with anyway. Even if I wasn't trying to do that for money, those are things that I like to do anyway. So now I'm looking at it like, all right, well, a lot of the things that I do I'm self-taught. I've taught myself one way or the other. So now I'm actually signing up for tutorials. I'm taking advantage of like Udemy. Udemy and is probably a dope site if you want to learn something. Something I took advantage of. I bought a bunch of classes to learn how to do things. And so yeah, it's bringing out the hustler in me. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's like, it's survival. It's time to figure out how we're going to make this money to do the things that we do. Again, as DJs, we're already in a position to where we have to know how to do a variety of things in order to get the gigs, in order to make sure that we're getting paid correctly, in order to make sure that, that the shoe fits into whatever it is that we're trying to do. So I feel with that mentality, it actually puts us in an advantage when it comes to figuring out what the next move is going to be. You see what I'm saying? There were club DJs at one. This is even before the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? But there were club DJs at one point in time. They got tired of doing the clubs. Either they got older or they just wanted to settle down more. And they said, well, you know what? I know how to DJ anyway, so I'm going to start a mobile DJ business. And it's a profitable business. I mean, I actually have a podcast that I plan on doing on that particular subject because it's funny what my perspective was beforehand and after the fact. But anyways, we'll get into that in the next podcast. But right now, so they already had that mentality. They were DJs that, they got tired of DJing and became club promoters. And now they became booking agents. And if they didn't, so there was always that hustler mentality in saying, well, I'm doing all these things anyway. Now it's an opportunity to do it this way and make a profitable living. You know what I'm saying? Which is absolutely possible. So now we find ourselves in, now we find ourselves in that same perspective to where, due to circumstances that are beyond our control, a lot of us have been shut down. So we've been at the crib, either doing live videos to make sure that people remember who we are and how we get down, or, starting podcasts or starting merchandising, things that we need to do to, for one, maintain our relevance. And for two, maintain our pockets. Because at the end of the day, we're not necessarily greedy individuals, but we do this because this is what we do for a living. Just like anyone who opens up a store or opens up whatever. These are people who do something to work for themselves, something that they could brand themselves that they can be proud of. It's no different than what we do. The only difference is we're DJs and we get to be part of the nightlife. We get to be, part of the party life and so on and so forth, which is awesome. Again, I'm the type of individual, if I can continue to DJ till I'm 105, I'm going to keep doing it. Whether I'm DJing at a club or DJing by myself in my little room here. That's just what it is. But again, it has brought out the hustler in me. I've found a variety of ways to make things happen. I've gotten into the fact that I started this podcast for one. And then now I'm expanding this into YouTube, and I'm trying to develop a YouTube channel. Which is all new stuff. This is all new territory for me. I'm learning as I go along, and if it doesn't pan out, so what? I did it. I'm having fun doing it, and I'm enjoying the content that I'm trying to provide. So regardless of the fact, I'm proud of that aspect. And then, of course, I'm working on more productions. I'm working on more tracks and trying to release new stuff. But now I'm not just releasing tracks in the sense that, oh, well, this is the genre that I'm in. Now I'm actually playing around with some stuff and experimenting and learning new avenues and new ways to use these tools that are available to me to do things differently. You know what I'm saying? So that I develop a better skill, get tighter on what it is, and sharpen my tools, basically. And of course, I have side businesses. I had side businesses already, so it just made sense to keep those going and starting to grow them. For example, I have a digital creative agency where we focus on logo and branding. I also had a mobile DJ business with a partner of mine, and we had that going on. I got into drop shipping, so I had some drop shipping stuff going on. And of course, I merchandise myself already, and some of the things that I sell, you know what I'm saying? And graphics and print and that type of stuff. So, I'm always trying to figure out ways to maintain, you know what I'm saying? We got bills to pay, mortgages, rents, etc. So we got to figure out how to keep these things paid off. So a lot of things that I find interesting in people that I talk to, or sometimes I don't bump into somebody for a long time and then all of a sudden I see them and I'm like, yo, so what you up to? And, a couple of people were like, oh, yeah, I lost my job because of what's going on. But you know what? I was able to start this, that, and the third. So I think that's super exciting to me anyway, because I've always believed in being your own boss. Again, I've always been the type of person that I can honestly tell you that I'm not a 9-to-5 type of person. And maybe I'm arrogant in that aspect because if I don't have to do it, I won't do it. And at the same time, I look at it from the perspective of just having a boss, period. I can't do it. I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not better than anybody. That's just who I am. It's just something that I've known since I was a child, that I'm just not the type of person that can have someone, a man, another man just like me, tell me what to do. It's just one of those things that I can't. And ironically, throughout the years, when I did work, I was fortunate enough to say, well, 90% of the time I was either a manager or a supervisor or something of that nature, just because I've always been the type of person that I don't want to have nobody over me telling me what to do. And some people are cool like that and some people aren't. But anyways, so this is what it's about, man. What do you do? What are your side hustles? How are you making it happen? And if you don't have any side hustles, I'm hoping that this at least will get you to a point where you put yourself in a position to develop a side hustle or figure out things that can make you better at your craft, and make you, that you can use business-wise for when you're getting your next gigs and things go back to normal and you're getting booked again and you're finding the best way to handle things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this is a short one. You know what I'm saying? This is basically DJing and your side hustles and how you're doing your thing and how things are working out for you. The best advice I can give you is use the internet to the best of your ability. Learn things that you possibly don't know how to do, or if you do know how to do them, figure out how better ways to sharpen those tools so that you can get better at it and find ways that you can profit from the things that you're learning and being educated about. And of course, man, at the end of the day, man, we're all trying to make things happen. We're all doing the best that we can under the circumstances. So this is an opportunity not to be negative and not to, let things make you worry and get anxious about how you're going to pay your next bill. I hope that none of you guys are going through that. But at the same time, I hope this gives you an opportunity to develop something that you've maybe considered doing in the past and just kind of put it on hold and are able to do it now. So with that being said, man, this has been another episode of Feed the Music, episode 5. This is your main man, Stilo Mancia. Make sure to check us out on social media. Make sure you check us out on social media. Check out for Stilo Mancia. Check out for Bang the Culture, stilomancia.com, bangtheculture.com for the merch. And hope to see you soon. Take care.